Vega squadrons turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Navi's turn to ban. Navi's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 2 in this 2-game series between Navi and Vega Squadron in Dota Pit League Season 4. And that first game was quite something, quite a thriller there. Navi taking it at the very end on the back of a very well played Ditya Sven. Vega Squadron though, well, they couldn't quite get their strategy going. Maybe a couple of misplays there, a little bit of a underestimations of the weave from the dazzle that Navi had, but now we have a game number 2, a new draft, a new chance to tie up the series. My name is Dragon bringing this match, and the one guy that says the smart things in this cast will be Ryborus. How are you doing, man?
Earth Spirit.
Well,
for a second I thought I didn't mute anything.
no,
I was like, wait, did I unmute some? The thing is, I didn't mute anything during that. It was just kind of confusing, but maybe you might have heard me typing. But yeah, this is really fun. I really like Dota nowadays because every single game it normally changes up at least, 4 or 5 different heroes. And, obviously you're going to have always, the DPs, the lone druids here and there, wisps and all these things, but yeah, I love to see, finally we're gonna see an Earth Spirit. It's kind of confusing not seeing it last game. It just does so much. I've been practicing him a lot in pubs and try just to understand how the hero works, right? And because you can do so much.
Of course.
You can just do so much. I think he is the highest skill cap hero in the game by far, along with Meepo. Obviously, Meepo is just so hard to do with all the microing, and then you have Tinkers, mechanicals is very difficult to say the least, and it's just very interesting to watch Earth Spirit players. How they can do unique things like bouldering in, and then you can pull the boulders back and silence people, then stun, and then there's so many different things to do. Obviously, his most broken thing is when he gets Ags.
Oh yeah.
Just pull people, pull rocks, tier 4s. GG.
Yeah. Any hero in Dota that can manipulate positioning or the terrain, or the pathway terrain in some sense, is super valuable.
Sounds like Timbersaul's the best hero in Dota. Cut down those trees.
That's exactly what I meant. I think more along the lines of the task with the ice shots and the snowball, that kind of stuff, right? Just moving your teammates across, or even pulling the enemies across. I mean, that's why we see Batrider once again coming back. He's been buffed a little bit, just having the blink lasso pull someone back. That's why even Pudge in the hands of a good hero, of a good player, can make a difference in certain kind of strats. But he of course has other issues. But yeah, that's what makes the Earth Spirit so really good in the hands of a good player. As you said, I would definitely agree. Skill cap on that, absolutely one of the highest in Dota. But, well, they also have
Navi. I agree.
5 seconds.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, no, that's my bad.
Right. Yeah, they also have some heroes to complement it now. Death Prophet once again now picked up on their side, not willing to get that over again to Vega. So they have that strong mid-game hero that can really benefit from the Earthspit initiating or setting up. Just pop your ultimate, run in, take a team fight, and then turn it into a tile
Vega
push. And yeah, speaking of
Squadron's
push, there's
turn
also
to
Nature's
pick.
Prophet and Enchantress being picked up here. That's something that I've seen in the American scene often, just in the offlane role. Or this though, with the Nature's Prophet already picked up, might just be that more standard, more old school 4-position Enchantress.
I'm looking forward to seeing how Navi run these lanes, like you're saying. Enchantress can definitely help out a lot. You
10
could even
seconds
see them
remaining.
picking up something crazy, like they could even do Nature's Prophet safe
5
lane,
seconds
Enchantress
remaining.
off lane, Earth Spirit's just gonna go around ganking, and they can get so many kills constantly
Reserve
around the
time.
map. The thing is, Faceless Void is very tough to deal with early on if you don't have the right set of heroes. Else you just get that fast poor man shield, then he can just man mode, time walk all the damage taken. So you have to have these really good heroes. I think the Nature's Prophet one-on-one situation absolutely can crush a Faceless Void, just because you can constantly keep harassing him with the trees, and he's not going to have the backtrack up always, or the time walk. So what they want to do though, like you're saying, Nature's Prophet here is going to probably go into the offlane. Enchantress just going to help out. Earth Spirit's going to just kind of gank as much as they can on Invoker. So I think we haven't talked too much about Vega's synergy as well. Invoker into Sunstrikes with the Faceless Void is going to be great. Witch Doctor cast is going to be great against the Enchantress creeps, as well as setting up for the Death Ward Chronos. And then we have Sven here now being picked up, which did a lot of work last game for Navi. We'll see how much work he can put in this game.
Alright, so the
10
question always is
seconds
with the
remaining.
Enchantress, do you have enough to burst through her with magical damage? And right
5
now I
seconds remaining.
only really see maybe the bit of burst from Sven with the Stormhammer and what the Invoker brings to the
Reserve
table,
time.
and perhaps the Witch Doctor Death Ward if you want to commit that. So do you see the Enchantress actually becoming that
Vega Squadron's
literally untouchable
turn to
hero in
ban.
these kind of team fights that you can't really focus down?
I think that, yeah, like you're saying, Sunstrike, and it's going to be a lot of burst, and then they're going to need, like you said, the Witch Doctor ulti, maybe,
10
but they need to
seconds
steer up
remaining.
a lot of heavy burst damage with their next pickup from Vega, and I'm trying to
5
figure out
seconds
what that
remaining.
magical burst damage is going to come out of, because, like you said, Sven is only set
Reserve time.
and into the Sunstrike, so they still need somebody else to cheer it up. Navi, though, I would like to see them have one more stun in their lineup, or they can go for
Navi's turn to
extreme
pick.
death ball, which would be a Lycan, and that could definitely work out for them. Well, instead they're gonna just go throw you for a
Vega
loop, and
Squadron's
they're
turn
gonna
to
do kind
pick.
of like what I said originally, put Nature's Prophet up against the Faceless Void, or even a Batrider, and then you can just get really aggressive with the Enchantress roaming around and the Earth Spirit, and just go anywhere on the map. So Nature's Prophet can sustain himself in lane, and Batrider can too, and they're just gonna kind of go around ganking a lot. I really like what Navi are
10
doing right now,
seconds
because you don't know
remaining.
where they're gonna be at on the map. So Vega have to be very scared. Dazzle's banned out.
5 seconds remaining.
Dazzle would help them a lot in these situations where you're
Yeah.
constantly getting dove
Reserve
from
time.
Navi.
They only have the Witch Doctor to kind of try and deal with it, but it's
Right.
not really going to work until you get at least level 2 in the cask
What
and
else?
can find the right angles. So anything else that could work? I'm thinking actually Crystal Maiden, just to negate the effectiveness of the Enchantress early creep rotations, which is a big part of her if you want to play that style, right? Not out of the offlane position, but
10
in that
seconds
roaming
remaining.
position where you use your creeps to be hard to deal with. But okay, a Baron. Also, rather defensive support.
No, it's
I'm not sure though if that's enough to stem the tide, so to speak.
Enchantress does seem like she will be able to get away with murder in this offlane, or wherever she decides to go. Abaddon does sure up the counter to Batrider, if you can get off the Aphotic Shield in time for the lassos. It also does help purge off the Earth Spirit in this silence, but if you get silenced yourself, then you're pretty much screwed as an Abaddon.
Yeah.
That's like your worst nightmare if you're playing against a puck per se, and you're an Abaddon. You just hate life.
Oh yeah.
Because most of the time you're gonna get silenced. You can't purge off. You can't even ulti out of it. You can ulti out of stuns, but not
10
silences.
seconds
So
remaining.
And they have the silence from Earth Spirit as well as
5
DPs.
seconds
I don't know if
remaining.
this is per se an Abaddon game, but we'll see how it works out.
Well, it's the fact that they don't have potential. We talked about it before with the Chronosphere, just setting up for a lot of things from the outside. Even the Death Ward, if you position it correctly, can still use the damage from that to find these kills. But at the end of the day, if that's the only thing you rely on, it's not exactly the way to go because it's a relatively long cooldown as you go for the axe, and that's not gonna be happening for a long while.
No, you really need Ags this game if you're the Void. I mean, it's going to be absolutely crucial because that is all their setup, it seems like, when they're going to be trying to get all the burst damage coming in. Invoker, or the Invoker has to be there, or the Witch Doctor, like you said, with the Death Ward, or the combo into Meteor Blast. But Na'Vi can just get so much done with their low timing spells right now. The only thing they have that's going to hurt them maybe is the Death Prophet ulti being on cooldown, but... Boom! Get wrecked, Arstyle.
A little bit of love tap there. Checking out what Navi are doing coming out of the fountain, but yeah, with that, our game 2 in this 2-game series just getting started. My name is Dragondrop, I'm joined by Ryo Burrows, and these are the teams, starting with Vega down here on the Raiden side. We've got Pasha on the Sven 1 position, Seamless Layer, reprising his role on the Witch Doctor support. No one on that Invoker, looking to dazzle us in mid. King R playing that Abaddon, I don't know, I don't care.
I just say Abaddon.
Abaddon, yeah.
That's me.
And Mag on the Faceless Void running at the lineup here in that offlane.
My creep. How much gold is this going to be? 24. How much was
Wow.
it? 14. Ah, that's
14.
it.
Yeah.
I don't
First
know why I
blood.
thought.
First blood for Seema.
How much mana was that?
30
He'll
seconds
be
to battle.
fine. He'll be fine. But yeah, I love the Witch Doctor in the regards where you try to do these shenanigans with the Furion, with the nature's, with his treants, try to pull creep wave. You just screw it up with the Witch Doctor cast.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be happening because he's going to the safe lane.
So Navi's lineup now, Suneko on that Earth Spirit, looking to see what he can do with Dechira. The Nature's Prophet, Denny on that Death Prophet mid, taking up the Rune, Art Style on the Enchantress. Starting in jungle perhaps by the looks of it, and at least General on the Batrider once again in the offlane. So yeah, 1-for-1 Rune Shade by the looks of it. Nothing really else to say as the lanes take shape, and yeah, no one in mid obviously. And King R looking to try and help perhaps.
Yeah, you want to... This is like... Sometimes you want to have an extra hero mid sitting just because you know that the ES is always going to put pressure. And what they're doing is they're putting, instead of somebody else, like say a Tusk, they're going to put an Abaddon who can really... Where's he going? Well, setting up a ward there, Suneko. You're kind of scaring me. What are you doing with your balls? You're rolling balls. But...
The big balls we can roll on them up the high ground, I guess.
But yeah. Is he gonna do anything here?
That's enough shitty jokes for now, I guess, but he should be fine.
Oh, it's not a
We're
meme,
catch.
so we're okay. We're fine.
Not yet, yeah, not yet. Well, if you repeat it like 20 times if it's up in Reddit, then does it then qualify as a meme technically? I don't know.
Who knows?
Suneko and Atsa, they're actually going in deep on King R. Euphoric Shield already forced out, but a little bit of extra damage coming back to Suneko thanks to that too, so they can't really commit too much more. But Atsa now, he has 2 creeps for the time being. Those aren't bad creeps here for early harassment actually. You have a Troll for the lockdown, you have a Setter Tormentor for some regen, and also this nuke. It's a 160 damage nuke on a very low cooldown. You can have 6 of those in total until the mana runs out. Pasha, yeah, force pop the Warcry here to keep safe. Meanwhile, middle lane, what's going on here? TP out from Seater Slayer. They do get Sun onto Suneko, cast enough bouncing back though. Get
Two
enough damage
supports?
down.
Oh, that's a huge waste. That's 150 gold gone down the drain from Vega, and then he can just do that again from Suneko. Oh man. That's definitely not good. Arstyle here, setting up a kill on Simo, high ground play.
Ah,
We'll do it.
There we go. Oh, the cast comes out, bouncing a couple of times, but That's a DD route on the Witch Doctor, normally quite a scary proposition, but not exactly if you have 5 health points to play with.
Oh no.
It's a Tango, tries to turn around, but Atsa with the slowdown, one more rectangle will do the trick, and that's the first blood. Here claimed by the Enchantress, so already off to a really good start here.
I just been watching the top lane get absolutely demolished. Mag is not having a good time here. He even started with the Quelling Blade, and he's just getting destroyed. 15 to 12 to a 4-1. This is absolutely clinic right now.
Maybe you thought the Quelling Blade can cut down these treants immediately. But...
Needs like 5 iron talons.
Just play Beastmaster, throw out axes to try and cut down the trees.
Timber.
Timber,
saw.
yeah. Timber would work.
But I kind of predicted this in this situation. Mag should get crushed heavily. Not as bad. He could have maybe had, 8 CS right now. Not 4. This is just a little bit... This is a huge outplay, in my opinion. But Mag should definitely have a rough time in this situation, just because, constantly harassed away from the trees. I love watching the strategy. Mid lane, they're gonna have the Bolin.
Yeah. No one slowed down Snake as well, standing there with the Spirit Scythe on the King Ars there with the Aphotic Shield to make sure that any sort of aggression coming no one's way will be counted out immediately. And that's already the Gloves of Haste onto no one. That'll be a Midas most likely. Pretty much a rush into it.
Yep. Invokers always have to go for Midas nowadays. You just, unless you go Quaswex. If you go Quaswex, then you don't get Midas. If you don't, then you need the levels for the Exort. But in this situation, Seiko still hasn't gotten a kill yet. So that is one good thing that's been going on from the side of Vega. They are dealing with the rotations of the Earth Spirit really good. It's keeping Seneko really low level, only level 2. And that's what you want to see. Give Earth Spirit nothing.
Bottom lane, there's a Sunstrike helping to bring down General Meldic on top of him too. After the nice little initiation from Pash, isn't that enough to actually take him out? Not sure it is actually. It's only a level 1 Maledict, so yeah, General will be able to make his way into the trees, but he's kind of caught on here. Doesn't have another Firefly, doesn't have a TP though if he wants to get out. Meanwhile, Mid's reaction from Steam of the Slayer, not quite fast enough. No one will end up falling. The cat bounce up. Snake with the snipe up and the roll in. Dandy and Otstad still around to help secure that kill for the Death Prophet. So hey, while all of that failed kill was happening in the bottom lane, the middle lane was also putting up pressure here for Navi, getting some extra momentum and going the way of the Death Prophet. Almost level 6 now. This is not a good place to be.
Oh, bottom lane.
General, they finally find him. Okay. Why didn't
I think he just
TP
popped
out?
his mango. Yeah, he popped his mango, stunned him, and then wrecked. He didn't TP out like you said. Really greedy from General.
Yeah. He knew, they weren't actually chasing him down into the trees. They could have just TP'd out from there, but as you said, not willing to commit that pace with his own life for it. So it kind of.
He underestimated Mango Gaming. It's not his fault.
It's so good.
But I mean, I was really praising Vega for not dying, and then what do? They die to the ganks mid. It's very depressing. I think King R went back to base or something. I'm not sure. Like, if he was there, they would not have died. He would have just healed up, and they would have been fine. But unfortunately, I was watching the bottom team fight, and I don't know where he was.
I'm not sure. At least he wasn't in the midst. For sure, he was sitting behind tier 1 tower after the fact of the damage had already been done, but maybe it's just those weird things, right? Just maybe no one was harassed out a little bit by Dendy in the first place. He's been doing a really good job just hitting the crit swarms every single time. So variety of things that could have happened to make that kill work, and now King R tries to secure the rune, but Snake gets it, gets a stun off, Spirit Siphon comes out, gets the Aphotic Shield off, but that gets popped instantly. Not enough time to TP out. Another easy kill for Dendy. And yeah, the DP is 2-0-1, has the ultimate going, so that should be a little bit of extra damage to the tower, unless no one can get rid of the creeps quickly.
He's very scared right now. He's like, okay, well, where's the Earth Spirit? Where's the Earth Spirit? Well, they finally got vision of him.
Bottom. Look,
they got vision of the ward.
Yeah. very least it's gonna secure a little bit of extra pressure on this tower as well, but generally he's looking for Seema. But he does have the lasso available, the TP will be cancelled. Artspans there with a couple of right clicks as well as an extra nuke from the Saturn. Now cast bouncing around just a little bit, not enough to actually bring him down. There's a stun action on Artspal. The Nature's attendants do enough work to keep him safe though. That will be a tier 1 tower down the drain. Glyph delaying this a little bit, but they should be able to bring this down. Unless Pasha and King Ark can make something happen. They do have another stun available. That is scary enough for Na'Vi, who are quite low on mana at this point.
Well, we should talk about a little bit about these guys in the top lane. 47 for 8, 47 for 34 of Ditya compared to the 18 of Mag. However, this is really good for Mag. He finally got his level 6, and he can start participating in team fights. They can get the kill on Ditya if they have the Sunstrike plus some lucky bashes. It's going to be very close. He doesn't have... maybe if Mag had treads or something they could, but they're just getting clobbered everywhere on the map. They're getting pressured bottom lane, towers down, pressured mid. It's going to die soon, it looks like, from Na'Vi. They're executing their lineup perfectly right now. Top.
Looks like they want to set up the Ditchara here, but they kind of need the angle. There it is now with the Chronosphere coming in. Seema does not have his ultimate, but they do have the Sunstrike coming in. And their bashes on the coconut at the end of it all.
Man, Seema needed that. He just got 700 gold. Holy, he didn't even have boots. Now he just bought, what did he buy? What did he buy? Bought wards and a wand. Okay.
Yep.
Good job.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Snako here, kind of maybe trying to find an angle, but he's not quite in solo kill range just yet, I don't think. Doesn't want to risk it. No one is there at the corner as well, but yeah, nice little pick off from Ditchara, who, as you said, has had too easy of a time in the top lane. 54 CS still on top of the chart, but with the Chronosphere down, I guess maybe that's the more space on the other side of the map. TP in from Ditchara, putting on pressure on no one, or at least keeping him from farming up these ancients anymore.
Wrecked. Oh, no deny. I'm just trying to figure out where they're gonna get their space creator from when the voids TP. Like we said this during the draft, they have a really hard time without an Ags on Mag because the cooldown is just so long here. It just gives Na'Vi too many opportunities to group up and do what they want to do. So pressure top lane, ulti already casted. Another tower looks to be going down here.
Want to make sure to use that cooldown on Chronosphere to its full effectiveness. Oh,
Sunstrike.
Oh, fine art style here. The cast bounces back. No way for him to go. Touchable level 3, but not enough.
Man, he got a Dragon Lance already. What the? He's not
nice.
even level 6.
He's got a couple of kills and assists, so hey. Straight up a rush to it. I mean,
mid.
I guess it's maybe. Oh,
no one's dead.
Kills everywhere. To drag back onto the Invoker. Kills all over the map now, and for both sides more or less, but Na'Vi taking the better end of the stick. Claim a tower, the claim kill. Only lose the Enchantress, which, as I said, is off to a good start herself anyway.
Enchantress is still a support this game though, so it's if you're just killing a support Enchantress, Na'Vi are going to be content with that. They got the kill mid on Invoker, and they unveiled their Blink Dagger finally on General, and he got the kill, so going to be getting a nice timed 4-staff next, and going to be putting a lot of pressure on, it seems. What's the next step for Na'Vi? Are they going to wait for Exorcism up in 20 seconds? Do they want to push tier 2s yet, or go for Roche? Probably Roche first.
Yeah, try and get Roche, maybe try and farm up some more core items first. I mean, if you go in that deep on the inventory territory, you kind of want your Yules on a DP, these kind of things. And just make sure that you have that defensive capability if Vega do jump on you. And especially right now with the Chronosphere still up, and looks like Vega want to make use of that. Smoked up on Mag and Seema, who has a zone ult, so they have a lot of kill potential here. Perhaps even on 2 if they find Snake on Denny and a single ultimate. Quite see them both just yet, but now looking for Dendy. That alone would be a good pickup. Now they're gonna go, but Snake's there with the stun and the silence on the back here. They don't actually have the damage to do it. Now Dendy turns around with his ultimate, but the damage enough to bring it down and turns back on Snake. It's still going here, brings both of them down somehow. They still make it work here, only losing their Witch Doctor for that, even though it looked like a really good counter initiation potential there.
Witch Doctor carried the hell out of Vega right there. Well played, Sima. Well played.
Just the middle of everything too. I mean, when I play Witch Doctor, every time I press R, it gets cancelled immediately. But in this instance, Earthbird already used his cooldowns. You just get the stun on Mag and the silence in the back. On no one. Speaking of no one, he's gonna get gone out. Digirad, General, Snake, everyone just converging on him. Nothing could have done there.
Yeah, he has a vitality booster, but in this situation, he really needs to have a Force Staff or the Abaddon behind him constantly. It's just a very hard game for him to play, just because how much pressure he's getting. He couldn't even go for his Midas that he wanted. He's constantly getting picked off. Oh, Sima, the hero, no more. Caught without the TP.
Yeah, he should be dead. Couple of impetus, right clicks, and Neko there with the control. And the cast comes out, melodic, but it's all but mild annoyance at this point. Unless Mac can make something happen without the Chronosphere, that would be just suicide. Even just being here, it's very, very dangerous as there's still a lasso on the Batright available.
I like the Iron Talon sound effects. It's like, it's pretty cool when you hear it in the game a lot of times. Just pick it up for the sound effects. Yeah. But
I don't know. For me, it seems a bit over the top for what it does.
No, it's not like those stupid Shadow Fiend players spamming taunts and stuff. That's
a whole nother story. Yeah, that's for sure.
But this is Na'Vi dictating the pace of the game. Vega's just gonna have to farm up and hope that they can, sustain all these pushes. Either you go for the Hail Mary play and you smoke gank and then you try to kill Na'Vi when they're doing Roche, or you keep trying to get these pickoffs with Mag and the Chronosphere. But the last one, it did work out because of the Witch Doctor, but next time they might not be so lucky to be on point. What happens to Vin this game? Pasha hasn't done diddly do. It's not his fault either, it's just kind of like with the open bottom.
Define Mag with the stun. That's Chronosphere, but he's being stuns up as well. Can't even time walk out of it. Commit a bit of Earth Spirit BS, so to speak, to bring him down. It's not a big rotation though, with Digirad also TPing in. They're not actually turning that into a push, but it looks like they want to turn this into a Roche instead.
They're gonna be able to trade the tier 1 top. No, it doesn't look like it.
Do you want to fight this? They have a... they don't have smoke on the courier.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, Vega should know that this is happening, but they must feel like they can't contest this.
This is yet again another camp block. I think they missed the last two on the side of Vega. Oh, General.
What is he doing there? He now breaks the trees?
Well, he's stealing the EXP. Yeah.
He gets the lasso on Pasha. Did you not see him there? Just sitting in the side? Was he in this or something? I don't know. I don't even know. But the Sunstrike will miss. He even gets out. It's way with murder there. Not exactly murder, but it's very cheeky attempt, stealing some XP, just being super annoying. Guess it's the
ever
last
since that change to the Ancients, it was a really smart play of them just to stay there, and they wasted a lot of time just trying to kill him, and they didn't even get it. He showed himself because he attacked. He stickied and then he attacked them there. It was pretty funny. Maybe trying to bait out the stun there, which he did, and it missed him. So well, this is kind of what Vega had to hope for. Finally, they get initiate hero. Sven has his blink dagger.
No. Secondary initiation outside of the baseball count, just using that big ultimate. Which is not always ideal on single targets at this point in the game anymore, considering how well Na'Vi is doing right now. If you look at the graphs, almost a 10k net worth lead as well, about 8k as it stands right now, 6k in terms of experience. And yeah, they have a Nature's Prophet and one position who's doing extremely well. They have a Death Prophet with the Yules and an Aegis. So then is also on a good pace.
The thing is, Mag could be the only initiator, and it'd be great, but he'd have to have an Ags.
Yeah.
He would have to have an Ags at this stage of the game. It's just not getting enough done. And they didn't get enough kills early on. Na'Vi... What do they have right now? They have the Aegis online, 20 seconds up on the Exorcism. Vega need to be very careful they don't lose a team fight, else it's just going to be a Rex. So at the position around carefully, make some good smart trades around the map.
So
Don't
Neko
get picked off.
going in deep,
No one?
another stone comes out, gets it onto Noah. General's there with the lasso that wants to bring down this Invoker here. Should be able to do so as well with Digera coming in the back here. The cancel on the TP on the battle, so he will end up dying too. Ultimate, not enough to bring him safe, so that's a very quick 5-man collapse. Once again, get 2 quick kills, and they didn't really use too much, all things considered. I mean, a couple of stones from Earthbird and the lasso, which is a rather low cooldown. And they still have the DPO. They also have Enchantress, almost with the Agnum Scepter. A bit less than 1,000 gold away. Or a bit more than 1,000 gold away, I should say.
I'm scared, man. And support Enchantress is carrying at this point. 5th in net worth.
It's just power to 0. Yeah, you don't need a whole lot to actually do a shit ton of damage.
Jim already online for the side of Na'Vi, de-warding already. Oh, wait. No. Hey, oh, okay. Just kidding, guys. They're like, oh well. They have their own ward on that hill. They didn't want to get caught by a blink stun. Smoke under. Oh.
General and Neko, they know what's up. Maybe trying to bait it out a little bit, or thinking about whether they can take the team fight themselves, as well, the rest of the lineup is somewhere else entirely, just farming up. Like there's no worry in the world for Na'Vi right now. Right, so Digera, he's going for his kind of right-click mode, right? He has had the face drums going into rather late Midas, so not rushing into it by any means, and now the Maelstrom. What do you think about this build? Do you like it, or do you just like the Axe Octarine Refresher kind of thing?
I'm not saying Ags is bad, and what they're trying to do this game, it can definitely work. But at the same time, they're just thinking like, hey, we're gonna split push as much as we can with the Mjolnir. I do agree that he should have went back for the Midas after the drums and stuff. Make sure you're ahead, and then you just keep staying ahead. But I want to see what he does next, right? Is he gonna go for the Ags, or is he gonna finish the Mjolnir and put it on somebody? Right now, can't even put it on Dindy. He only has like 900 HP. Dindy is going for, it looks like a Shiva's. You know, this used to be the build last patch, or not last patch, the patch before, where you would go for, you know, Yules into Shivas on DP, but that's long gone. You have to get Octarine Core second. It just boosts up your HP pool. It lowers the cooldown of your ult.
Yep.
Like, you have to lower that, and then it also gives you the lifesteal, which is always nice to have during the team fights.
If he's going Shivas, then maybe just a casual plate build for now. Just trying to mitigate some of that physical damage that Vega have available. But if he's actually going Shivas right now, maybe he's just worried about the Chronosphere just catching him out. Just wanting to try and make sure that there's not as many right clicks coming his way before he can come out. Get the use as well as the ultimate off to actually start doing the damage and start doing the heals. I mean, you can have an Octarine, but if you don't get the damage out because you caught the Chronosphere, it's not really going to do you much good. So I can see the reasoning there in this game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I just wish Neko had Ags right now.
That would be Blink. No. Blink
No,
away at the same time from Digera. Not Digera, from Pasha, of course.
He's got no backup. That's why. I mean, he could force. See, some plays are really good. Say he blinks in, lassos, and then he forces everyone from the side of Vega to TP. That's a really smart heads-up play from Na'Vi, and they can dictate where they're putting Vega or where they want them to rotate. But at the same time, bottom's already pushed out. They're not going to be able to get a TP in, and probably want to save the lasso anyways for something here. But general,
still sticking around. He now has a little bit of help for Snako there, but Pasha is a little bit too tanky, especially with King R behind him, so it's not an easy kill by any means. You would have to commit more, but now, just gonna TP out, reorganize themselves, and I think more general, he's still sticking around. There's still keeping vision, keeping the intel up for the side of Na'Vi.
I'm just worried for no one right now. I think that's the biggest X factor for Vega to get back in this game. He really needs to have some kind of mobility because they have so much on Navi's side. They have the blinks, the the Yules even for DP, chasing down. He needs some kind of he needs to have a blink dagger, but at the same time he's like, okay, well, I also need to be able to cast spells in team fights. I mean, he's only level 11, didn't get that Midas, and lowering the where he can actually use more than 3 or 4 spells in a team fight. That's why he's going for the Ags, but still, mobility is going to be a huge factor for Vega. And Mag, there we go. Going to be picking up his blink dagger, so still not looking too bad for Vega. If they do get the Wombo combo dream with the Void and the Invoker, things will be looking good for them, but this is kind of weird. No one went for an Exort and he leveled up his Invoke, so he doesn't have that much into Exort right now, and that means that his Meteors and Deafening Blasts aren't going to be doing that much damage as they could.
At least they get rid of the Treants and Creep Wave for a little bit at least. But yeah.
No, the Sprout.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, look at that, the range. Yummy. Sniper now. Sniper's back, guys.
That new Aghanim Scepter. Oh, that freshly picked up Aghanim Scepter, I should say, on art style. Definitely gonna be another thing that could give Vega some headaches. I don't think if he's actually revealed it yet, but he's definitely not used it in a fight just yet. But Vega doesn't factor that in. Kinda essentially means that it's even more important to make sure that you get the right Chronosphere, because if you catch 1 or 2 of your own heroes inside of that and outside on the outside, he alone will be able to bring that down so easily.
Should note, we should have looked at the graph a little bit earlier. It's been peaked out at 10k now for the last, 5 minutes here. That's a really good sign coming in from Vega. They stopped the bleeding of the enemy just keeping out farming them, so what looked really good for Navi.
Gonna look to reopen the wound though. There's a smoke up, so Nyko leading the charge. Outside also coming in. Thinking about maybe just going straight for Roche. Perhaps it's Danny, what is he picking up? Just a couple of random items. Now there's engagement coming in. Snako finds Pasha, pops the BKB though, turns around to Snake, needs a couple extra right clicks though.
Oh my god.
And yeah, will be able to make that work. Danny with his own ultimate now. Kinda isolated his Mac. He got the Chronosphere on 2, but there was no follow-up for him. And now looking back to Dandy, but he just turns it out. There's the last on to Pasha, controlling him up. He's being carried around. He just can't do anything with kind of damage that he has. And Dandy, this is exactly the kind of fights where you want to have a Death Prophet just doing the damage, chasing down hero after hero. So they turn it into a 3-for-1 trade. And they even have a little bit of time left on it. Ultimate actually it's going to expire right now, but they should still be able to take down a tower with the creep wave coming in.
Yeah, that's just very unfortunate that that they all use all of their spells to really kill the Earth Spirit off, in which case he already did his job, right? He split up Vega and Navi just picked them apart. Mag, like you said, had a really bad chrono. His team wasn't there to really help him in that situation. So maybe he should have held on to it, but maybe he was worried about getting lassoed. At the same time, if you don't pop it then and there, you could just die without casting anything, and Snako missing. That was on purpose, guys. It was on purpose, I promise you. But Snako did a really good job there, just making everybody focus on him. And Vega, they really need to find a way to kill the DP first.
Well, they have an extra tool in the arsenal to try and do that. Seamless Land just picked up his Aghanim Scepter as well as the level 2 Death Warp, but a little bit too late to the party in Roche Pit General though. They'll find him, but he pops the Firefly, sees them coming in time, so he will not get caught out. This is just Navi. Throughout this entire series, their positioning has been absolutely spot on, really. I mean, I can't really recount too many situations where they've been really caught out by Vega.
Yeah, it's a really good play from Navi, just splitting out the map. It's kind of like what we saw last game, where you just keep doing it, and then all of a sudden you have an Earth Spirit running in 1v5, and it's like, what the hell is Navi doing? Oh, let's chase them, and then all of a sudden you kind of get baited into the rest of Navi, and now they have to find a way to get a chrono off on the DP. If you get a solo chrono off, it's worth it. Until Earth Spirit has an Ags, you have to find a way to blow up DP, else you're not winning the team fights. And with Dindy having a BKB now, as long as he pops the BKB, and the chrono is still on him, he should still survive. They don't have anything to go through the BKB besides Sunstrike. And okay, so let's think of a perfect world right now. Let's think of a perfect world, drag and drop. What happens if they get, you know, Death Prophet on the very edge, and then maybe Pasha can actually hit him during a Chronosphere and do something? I mean, the synergy between these two cores right now is horrendous.
Yeah.
So
you're looking for a synergy between Noah and Alcima if you think about the Chronosphere, and then Pasha just kind of picking up the slack around there. But so far,
Sven's just like an odd man out right now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what do I do, guys? There's a chrono on targets. How do I hit them? Guess his job is maybe to find Bat Rider, maybe hit him up. Also, if you can really find Earth Spirit first, that's your ideal target. So maybe Pasha, that he did his job last time, right? He actually killed the Earth Spirit for everyone, but his team let him down.
Well, they won for tier 2 trade, but then they, and those Na'Vi in general, they want more. All of them make their way down to the bottom lane, trying to catch out Vega, but they're long gone. They're not TPing out though, so are they hoping for a Jumpion with a good chrono, with Na'Vi overextending and huddling up too much? I mean, DB Ultimate has been committed to take the tower earlier, so that one's gonna time out.
Right, you no longer have to focus killing Denny, as well as he has the Aegis now. So this is definitely a good move from Na'Vi. They could even win. If Vega had went right then, they would have won the team fight. But it's really hard to say. I mean, Art Style is like a monster right now, and they still have no ways to really kill him, it feels, besides Invoker and the Death Ward.
He's gonna have less options soon, as he looks like he wants to build into BKB himself. Of course, not exactly the best farmer, but still.
Back. Absurd.
It would be, yeah. But not quite the case, fortunately.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Dude. Couple more comments like that, and people will believe the stories about your 1k cast MMR analysis.
Oh, jeez. That's the best thing, right? You have to make it so that you make your other person believe you. You have to sell it so hard. Right. So yeah, you can stack 4 Dragon Lances on one hero, and it works. It works.
That's actually casting in a nutshell, right? Oh, hang on. So General finds no one on top lane, Digitarize there as well. A couple of right clicks and does quite a bit of damage here. Sprout catches him out. And that's a pick up. And now Pasha, being controlled up. Tried to go for a counter kill, but he's just being kited out, which is a big problem for the Sven. If he gets kited, then what do you do? Just feel helpless at this stage.
Well, I feel really bad because Invoker finally had the mobility item. It's just nighttime, and you're not going to have the fastest reactions in the world when a Bat Rider just blinks on you out of nowhere. And if he had a 4-staff there, he probably lives. But unfortunately, doesn't have the item, and this is just go time. 20 seconds on Invoker because he is only level 11, so not too bad here.
No buyback though, so this tier 3 will probably fall. There's a glyph available if you want to try and save a general in front lines. Just warding them off here, spreading fire everywhere. A ring of fire, if you will, around this tier 3. So yeah, Na'Vi looks like they also want to play it safe. They just pop the ultimate, take the tower, and then get the hell out of there again.
Yeah, that's kind of a waste of glyph. That was either you pop it kind of immediately if you know you want to hold it, or you just save it. Now they don't have their tier 3 tower, and they don't have a fortify, so it's completely wasted from Vega. They should have held on to it, let the tower die, and because Na'Vi just wanted to get out afterwards, they were just going to use the exorcism and then back out. So a little misplay there. Top lane could be hunting Ditya. Oh, tornadoes. Yeah, that's a very underwhelming tornado if I've ever seen one.
Level 1 max the dream. Not exactly impressive, as you said, but yeah.
Oh, it's level 2. Because you have the Ags. It's kind of hard to say it's level 2, but it should be level 3 soon. With the, I don't know.
It only adds 1 level to just, oh no, stats and all the book spells. Okay, yeah. I see how it is. Indeed.
I'm teaching everyone. I'm pretty sure everyone would think that was a level 1 Wex, but no, you plebeians in chat are brought. No, just kidding. Okay, I know.
Yeah, why would anyone think that? I mean, there's only 1 notch. I mean, I guess 2 now. 2 notches under the spell, so naturally it's a level 2 Wex, right?
Oh yeah. All right, you're right now. You're right. but kind of interested to see what no one will go for next. I really want somebody on the Vega side to have a 4-staff, but at the same time, no one needs to have a BKB in these situations too now. You're getting a lot of
so much, right? That's the problem.
Yeah. They're doing really good though from the side of Vega. They're stalling the game completely, and it's favoring them because they have these really good late game heroes. It's just the problem with the synergy, right?
Yeah.
Sven plus Void. It's not there, but mid
General,
break once again. General.
They're gonna go in first though, not really giving a damn. Art style will be blasted down immediately. It's Prophet ult coming in. General, will be thinking twice about that now. Almost being caught up in back.
So yeah.
Easy pick up here. Yeah, once again goes to what Vega have been doing, as I said, just stalling out the game, getting these kind of solo kills. But Sniper will be able to make it out. Now even getting a tower, just a little bit of extra income off the map. Perhaps a second one. Same time though, both the bottom as well as the top lane are being pushed out, so they will have to retreat immediately after taking down this tower.
It's really nice just watching a Sven use BKB so you can actually hit an Enchantress because untouchable. Oh, that's funny. Sima? Oh, buddy boy. No,
oh god, they're going in here. There's BKB and Ditcher Eyes striking down. No one cares. Even though he's in this, they don't really care at all. It's swatted down like a fly, and now Yulsap up on the Sima, pops the casket, pops the Maledict, but Ditcher once again just in there with the right clicks. 2 heroes down just like that. There's a buyback and a Invoker, none on Sima though. And that's a big deal because he's the guy with the level 2 Axe Death Ward that they desperately need for the damage output in the Chronosphere.
Alright, that Fortify is gonna bite them in the ass right now.
That's out of Rexia. Actually, Navi, yeah. Think it twice about it. Looks like they actually want to go for the tier 3 bot with everyone.
No, that can't be the play. Just go to mid.
Yeah.
General!
Well, there's Pasha, but the Chronosphere's there. 3 heroes. See, but once again, where's the damage?
Wait, he was out of boost because BKB because of that?
What? How's that even possible? Alright, Pasha gets bursted down after the lasso. King Arsal's up, drained down, and strike click down by outside. Look at the range in that impetus. He's out of mana as well, though. Fortunately for Vega, but yeah. Now Mac coming in, but he's nothing left to give. Stone eats through no one here. The couple of right clicks should do the trick if he can just.
Oh, Seneko.
Oh, Pasha back in the fight. Another buyback in him, gets a stun up, but then he dodges it with the Yules. Now encounter Yules on the Sven. Can't make much happen with it just yet. Sven just refocus their efforts on the racks. As soon as the Jiraiya's being poked, he's going back. Sounds strike, not quite enough. Mac comes in, they want to kill. They're actually going to get it, so that's the first casualty of Navi, believe it or not. Outstyle might be a secondary one. They can have a little bit of extra control and actually damage here. They get the Maledict, they get enough. Should have enough. Takes it quite a while though. There we go.
Hey, boss down, boys.
But at what cost? 2 buybacks, the racks go down anyway, and you only get 2 kills. I mean, granted, one of them is a Nature's Prophet, which is almost at a 20k mark, so that's, in terms of net worth, still a win for Vega. Gives a lot of gold over to Faces Void, who now has that Aghanim Scepter. I don't know if he had it before.
No, I didn't have it before. He just got it. So... Now, Sima once again gonna be dying. God. This is just a very unfortunate Witch Doctor game. They have to... Oh my gosh. Seneko just played like a monster there. It's just very unfortunate. Radiant Scary, like you said, Bindi.
Mac, he wants it. Doesn't quite have to go speed though. Now gets heals up into the air. No follow though, no one set a screen for him. Which is getting from bad to worse. You keep losing heroes that you can't afford to lose. You don't get as much as you need out of the counters that you get. It's done a very rough spot, and yeah, the bleeding, they managed to stop it momentarily, but now Navi with a 20k gold advantage in total, about 15k experience.
Oh god, mercy. Or Spirit Eggs.
Oh no.
It's
X Gaming, boys. X Gaming.
He'll never get caught in a Chronosphere either. Oh.
Also, Batrider also has an axe. That could be very interesting potentially.
Yeah, I haven't really seen it work yet. I haven't seen a Flaming Lasso get 2 targets. I just feel it's... Normally you're not going to have 2 heroes clumped up right beside each other. And you're normally doing the initiation for Batrider, so it'd only be 1 person. Maybe, let's say they had Batrider plus another initiate hero, say Void or Tide even. Then I think it could synergize really well, where you stun 2 heroes together. But we'll see. I want to see it work.
Very situational, yeah. Maybe
I want to see it work though, right? Don't you?
Of course, absolutely.
Have you seen it work before?
Not exactly, no. Not competitive play.
Exactly.
So I haven't seen a period, even in pubs. I mean, who plays pubs, Batrider in pubs, right? No one. But hey,
Pretty much no one.
it's just too hard. I mean, you do a whole lot of work to set up for your team, but the team actually has to follow up.
All right, he actually has EMP leveled up. I'm kind of scared. It's at level 3.
Oh, Mac comes in, Chronosphere on 2, Snake almost walks
he
into
walked
it.
into it!
Now, he does walk into it, Dandy. Now that's they do the damage, bounce back to Dandy's still alive with the rock! But the Death one's still bouncing out, that's Aegis down, General almost dies, so it brings Pasha in. Might actually be a mistake, it brings him closer to the Death of Dandy. He's still alive. Gets the damage done, and that's the Sven going down for the count. No buyback in him. Sunstrike off the mark here. Seema falls, magnetizing everyone. The silence, no one on Mac. They're just limping back to base, and there's the GG. Well played. Just Na'Vi too far ahead at a point where even the best initiation, the best fight that Vega could have hoped for, was not enough to secure them the high ground defense.
Oh my god,
what
that was actually the best initiation you could ever hope for. Seneko walking into the chrono. Oh, the cheese. The cheese. I mean, so many things worked out perfectly for Na'Vi there. That's just disgusting to watch. You know, you get finally Seneko in the chronosphere, even if he walks in, all of a sudden you get rocked, easily popped him out. Oh my god, and then the cheese.
Yeah.
It's so close to dying. Almost everyone was, right?